Okay, friends, let's get started. We are going to start in Shavasana today, laying down with your head facing the front of the room. Allow your body to feel rooted into the earth here as you begin to arrive. Feel the weight of your body resting on the earth below. And take an inhale through the nose. Exhale. Sigh it all out. Begin to let go of your day, let go of what brought you here, and whatever is to come. Bringing your presence here into this space, here into your body, and beginning to connect. As you relax into the space, your body becomes soft, easing towards the earth. Bring to mind what nourishment feels like to you, what stability and support feels like to you. Today we are continuing the practice of the Subtle Body series. This is a practice of the first auric field. This is associated with the root chakra or Muladhara chakra and the color red. This first auric field is the support or foundation from which we draw nourishment into this energy center. Throughout today's practice, we will be focusing on the color red. We will be moving through deep, slow stretches in this yin yoga practice, focusing on calming breath, thinking about what stability, support, nourishment, what this is within you, how you cultivate a sense of stability and support and nourishment from within. What things do you need to draw into your life to feel supported? What things do you need to draw into your energy field to feel nourished? And how can we cultivate this through our practice? Thinking about how these poses nourish us, connecting with the energy and the essence of our first auric field. Envisioning this red, this scarlet red light radiating through our body, in our aura. This nourishing scarlet red light, embracing you, holding you, nourishing you, sustaining you. Take a moment to set an intention to nurture, to strengthen, to nourish. When you're ready, come to child's pose. We'll find Balasana, child's pose, bringing our blanket maybe to our mat or folding our mat to cushion our knees. Bring the knees as wide as you would like on the mat. The wider the knees are, the more intensity you will feel the stretch in the hips. So do the choice that is right for you. Make the choice for your body today. So bringing the knees as wide as you would like, sink the hips down towards the earth and walk the hands out towards the front of the mat. Bring the body to the earth. So maybe bringing the legs even a little bit wider if you need to, or really making space for the belly, bringing the chest towards the earth here, or to a bolster. If you'd like to use a bolster for more of a restorative practice. We'll be moving through these postures, incorporating affirmations. So I will be saying affirmations for some of the postures today, and you can choose to incorporate those if you'd like, if they resonate with you. If they don't, notice that. No judgment here, but just noticing how things align with you. If something feels true, feel free to repeat it to yourself silently. And if it doesn't, maybe just note that and think about it later, contemplate it later, journaling maybe after class or during your practice. This is your time, your space to practice how you wish. Our first affirmation is, I honor my body with love and care. I honor my body with love and care. Just breathing deeply here. Breathe into the belly. Let the hips sink towards the earth. Let them root down. On the inhale, walk the hands back towards the body, bringing the head up last. Pause here at the top just for a moment. Take a couple of breaths. Feel the sensation of this posture leaving, drifting away. Come into a seated posture, into Sukhasana to start. Easy seated pose. Bring your blocks nearby. We'll move into a fire log. So from Sukhasana, you can also stay in Sukhasana here if you would like. And then we'll just switch which leg is in front. Option 2 is to move into fire log. So bringing the left ankle to the top of the right knee, shins somewhat parallel, but we are looking to honor our bodies. And so if your legs are not parallel, that's totally fine. You'll notice I have quite a bit of distance here. I usually tend to have some tightness in my hips. So you can place a block between the knee and the right foot, or the knee and the foot on either side, and close that gap with the block for a little bit of support. You can also choose to just let gravity do its thing and kind of draw that knee towards the earth. The choice is yours. So always choosing what is best. Here we're talking about stability and support from within, but also making sure that we are using all of our resources to support ourselves. So also using blocks and props, other props to support ourselves during our practice. That way we can feel strong and grounded and rooted in our practice, safe in our practice, right? So finding a nice long spine here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Let the shoulders drop down away from the ears. Feel your sit bones in contact with the earth. Draw the shoulder blades together, really lifting the heart center here. Closing the eyes and maybe beginning to tune into that space, into the base of your spine. And visualize as if you have roots growing down into the earth, anchoring you into the earth here. This place that keeps us connected, present, centered, and nourished. A place where we receive nourishment. Think about those roots. Each exhale, reaching a little deeper into the earth. Reaching into the earth, strengthening that connection. We'll release the prop, moving into the opposite side. So if you are in Sukhasana, switching your legs to where the opposite leg is now in front. Bringing the shins parallel if that works for you. And bringing the right ankle to the top of the left knee. Again, I have lots of space, so I'm going to use a yoga block there to close that gap, to bridge the gap to the earth here. And finding the length in the spine again. Connecting back with your roots. Once you have that visualization here of the roots into the earth, and on the exhale, we're drawing down, we're rooting down, right? On the inhale, think about drawing that scarlet red light up in through those roots, this nourishing light moving through those roots, moving into your body. Connecting with the nourishment of the earth. And then releasing props, bringing the legs out long and maybe shaking them out a little bit. And coming to a V, a wide-legged forward fold is our next posture. So bringing our legs into a V, again, as wide as you'd like. If you'd like them to be a little closer together, feel free to do that. Play around with what feels good to you, knowing that that will shift and change based on the day and how you're feeling and what you've been doing with your body. Just honoring it where it is right now. So finding the length in your spine here, dropping the shoulders down, and just starting here, just finding the length in our legs, so the soles of our feet pushing outward, our sit bones rooted. And as we begin to walk our hands out, you may notice that there is a little tightness in the back of your legs and your hamstrings and your calves. Walk your hands out to wherever you feel resistance, wherever that is, and then pause and allow your spine to round and your head to hang heavy. You may opt to put a couple of blocks here to support your forehead, whatever height or setting that you would like those to be. And here we are really thinking about this nourishing light, this red light. And the affirmation that we are going to use is, I nourish my body with wholesome foods, rest, and movement. I nourish my body with wholesome foods, rest, and nourishment. As we're talking about our first auric field, we're thinking about the ways in which we nourish our body. We're thinking about our body's overall health and well-being. So thinking about this affirmation about how we nourish our bodies with food and rest and movement in whatever way our bodies move. Walk the hands back. Bring the head up last. Roll the shoulders down the back. Take a couple of breaths here. Remove your blocks. Setting them aside. We'll come to tabletop, bringing again your blanket to the mat if needed to support your knees. And from tabletop here, pressing our hands into the earth, our palms into the earth, wrists stacked underneath the shoulders, tops of the feet pressed into the mat. We'll just take a couple of rounds of cat-cows. So inhaling, dropping the belly, opening the chest, gaze comes forward, slightly up. Exhale, round the spine, press into the earth with the palms of the hands, let the head hang heavy, gaze coming towards the navel. Inhale, finding cow. Gaze comes up, belly drops, tailbone rising skyward. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, come back to neutral. We'll step or walk the right foot forward to meet the hands. Right foot coming to the outside of the right hand. Grab one of your blocks and place it under your left hand. Pressing up and placing the right hand on the right knee. Inhaling, twisting to the right here, opening the chest to the right side. We can tuck the back toes here for stability as well. Gentle twist here. Really rooting through this right foot. You may want to walk the right foot forward and deepen this lunge a little if you'd like. Play around with tucking and untucking the back toes. Allow the hips to sink towards the earth, to melt towards the earth. On the inhale, slowly release, shifting the chest back towards center, removing the block, walking the hands back. Keep the right toes pointed towards the front of the mat. Gentle half release here. Half split as we release. And walk that right foot back. Maybe extending, tucking the toes, and just stretching into that right leg a little. Coming back through tabletop. Walk or step the left foot forward to meet the hands. Bring the block under the right hand now. And pressing into that right hand to left knee, opening the chest to the left side now. Keeping the hips square with the front of your mat. Play around with tucking those back toes if you'd like. Twisted dragon. A variation of twisted dragon. Deepen this if you would like. Walking that left foot out. Hips sinking a little further. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, release. Moving the block out of the way. Walking the hands back into that half split. Left toes pointed towards the front of the mat. Stepping or walking the left foot back. And coming all the way down to the mat. Bringing the forearms to the mat, elbows stacked underneath the shoulders. Belly comes to the mat. Our solar plexus, our belly pressed into the earth here. This is another place of nourishment. This is where we store our nourishment. So connecting this place with the earth and thinking about that space, that container of nourishment within you. And the red light traveling into the space, bringing the nourishment from the earth, the nourishment from our roots, into the space within us, so that we can find that stability and that support from within. Our affirmation here is, I trust in the wisdom of my body to guide me towards health and well-being. I trust in the wisdom of my body to guide me towards health and well-being. We open our hearts here. Our gaze comes to the point between the hands, lengthening the neck, reaching the crown towards the front of the room. Shoulder blades draw down the back, really pressing into the earth here with our forearms, not sinking down, but pressing into the earth, lifting the heart center. If you'd like to, bring your palms to the corners of your mat and press up for seal, pressing into the earth, our solar plexus, our hips, our legs pressed into the earth here. A little deeper of a back bend. Be kind to your body if you get here and decide it's not for you today. Lower back down. 3 more breaths here. Exhale, lower down. Cross the arms, stacking the arms, resting the forehead. And in whatever way is intuitive for you, come to laying on your back on the mat. Knees bent, feet hip distance apart. Just allow the feet to stay planted and the knees to slowly rock from side to side. Hips really sinking and melting into the earth here, really staying connected, not letting our hips come off the ground. So wherever your knees are, slowly moving through this. Maybe exhaling as you come to one side and inhaling, drawing them back towards center. Slight engagement in the core here and tilting the pelvis skyward. So as you draw towards the center, gentle tilt of the pelvis skyward. Exhaling, releasing. Inhaling, coming back through center. Just draw the knees in towards the chest, grabbing on wherever you can, the shins, maybe clothing or the back of the thighs, and just hugging the knees in towards the chest. Gentle squeeze here, maybe a little rock side to side. And we'll drop the feet back down to the mat. Locate one of your blocks, and we'll be doing a supported bridge pose, so bringing the block to the widest surface facing up. We'll press through the feet, lift the hips, and place the block underneath the sacrum, so just below the lower back. We don't want our lower back resting on this block, just below it. So press through the feet into the earth, lift the hips, and place the block under the sacrum. Lower the hips down and allow them to rest. Our weight shifting into our shoulders here. Allow the shoulders to soften towards the earth. Tucking the chin in towards the chest. Hands can rest on the rib cage or at your sides. Finding some stillness here. Allow your body to be supported here by your props. As the shoulders ease into the earth, into the ground below. Think about anything weighing heavy on you, any stress or tension here, just melting away with each breath.
Inhale, press through the feet. Lift the hips. Remove the block to the side and slowly lower the hips down, bringing them down to the earth to rest. Draw both knees in towards the chest. Give them a little squeeze. And we'll be moving into a variation of legs up the wall. So placing your blocks at the end of your mat and your bolster on top of your blocks, resting our legs on our bolster and our spine on the earth. Palms can be facing up or down. Legs up the wall is also a pose that can be taken quite literally with your legs up the wall. If you are not near a free wall at this time, you can do this like this. Take this variation of legs up the wall. The purpose of this pose is a semi-inversion. It allows us to calm our nervous systems, to bring ourselves to a place of rest. If you are feeling any type of anxiety, panic, if you're stressed, if you feel anxious, you can put your legs up the wall, laying down on your bed or on the floor, and just butting up to the wall with the base of your spine and putting your legs up the wall for support. You can also do this, if you wanted to hold on to the back of your legs, or take your blanket and put it, or a towel, and place it over the soles of your feet, holding onto it on the sides and just allowing yourself to have that support there. But this is another option as well. So find whatever variation works for you. And in this posture, really thinking about focusing on the breath, maybe extending the exhale. So finding a nice even count of breath. So even inhale and exhale, maybe for a count of 3, 4, or 5. Exhaling for that same count. And then maybe extending the exhale by a breath or 2. So inhaling for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 6, for example. And using this breath pattern can also help to calm the nervous system. It helps to access our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight response. So if we are activated into fight or flight, we can use this breath, we can use this technique of legs up the wall to calm our nervous systems. It's a great restorative practice. And stepping the feet back, removing our bolster. Bring the soles of the feet together, and blocks come under the thighs for Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined butterfly. Play around with where you would like your feet to be. You can bring them further out, further in towards the body. You can use blocks under the thighs or allow the knees to be drawn towards the earth on their own. Choose the option that's right for you. Hands can rest on the rib cage, on the hips or thighs, at your sides. Focusing here on being open to nourishment, allowing that light to flow through you, to move through your body, through your roots, into the belly, into the heart, into the throat, into the mind, to the crown of your head. Just envision that nourishing red light moving through every cell of your body, every atom, all the bones, tissues, layers of you. Releasing the blocks. Bring the legs out long. Find Shavasana. Let the feet fall open, arms at your sides. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Begin to let go of the practice today and letting go of any judgments or worries or thoughts that may have crossed your mind. Invite it to be perfect. to be exactly what was needed in this moment, to be nourishing and grounding. Feel the scarlet red light radiating throughout your body. From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, nourished and held in this light. Stay here in Shavasana as long as you would like. Thank you so much for joining me here for this practice of Yin Yoga to nourish our first auric field, to continue this series of the subtle body, to come together in community, to hold space for ourselves and honor our bodies for moving, for providing stability and support and nourishment. It is my greatest wish that you carry the practice with you throughout the rest of your evening, the rest of your week and beyond. Sat Nam, may you align with your favorite versions of you. Thank you.